All right, guys. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna break down a few of Nas, US30, Gold, UJ, EU, and GU real quick. All right. So my main pair is Nas. All right. So based off of the high time frame, monthly and weekly is bullish. Daily, so we're flowing with daily and H4 at this current point. All right. So we do have our last high and low, as you can see, is at 38.2. All right. So from there, all this is one push. So we have a continuation currently at a 23.6 area right now. All right, so as you can see, we're gonna make find the high bid at around 17,000 around that area. All right, so we're just gonna mark it off real quick, and this is the target that we're going to. All right, so we have to now create H4 structure to get all the way up there. All right, cool. So now we're gonna just do our technicals. All right, just real quick. So we can see here we have a trend line opportunity. We have the MA acting as a trend line, as you can see. Also, so high confluence, point A to point B into the future. We have price can come back to a level of support right here, right? So now we have already broke back into the bullish structure based off of H4 time frame. So let me show you real quick. So as you can see, we had the counter trend. So this is a counter trend to make a PRZ level. So we had support, had a low high created, you know what I'm saying? And, we had all these trend line opportunities. So you can see here, this was the channel that we had. We had low highs, last low high, low high, higher low. We broke out of that. We buyers came into the market, got a new high. So we put out our H4 fib to start that uptrend to get to this target up here, right? So H4, create for H4 structure. So we had 61.8. Now we're going towards TP1 and TP2. All right, so you can look here, you can see it looks like a broken support. But if you clear that out on the daily, that's a bearish and bullish candle right there. All right, cool. Now, so we're already flowing for this pair. All right, so I had an entry from down here, but I ended up closing a bit early. But as you can see, we were going for about 10,900 points. All right, so that already did its thing. That's nice. All right, now we have US30. As you can see here, so we're currently back into that bullish move on US30. I was gonna do some technicals real quick. Sorry, my bad. So yeah, monthly, weekly bullish. Working with the daily structure at this current point. So as you know, we already my previous video, as we had our last low high, new high. We had at PRC level 61.8, hit TP1 and TP1 and TP2 already. All right, so now we have structure. So my fib basically starts from here because that's the initial push. But again, a lot of people do have their fib from this area here, right? So we're gonna just flow with that. All right, so cool. That's what we have. So boom, we're gonna do our technicals, right? So point A to point B into the future. As you can see here, we have a trend line opportunity. All right, also, let me just do this and mark it off and show you. Let's keep my charts a bit nice and sexy, sexy chart. Gotta keep your work nice and persistent. So boom, point A to point B, boom, boom. All right, so yeah, so that's what we're looking at. And we can see here, if I do some more technicals, I can see that we're in a channel. All right, so boom. All right, so we're going towards that channel, going towards that top of that channel, right? But that's just, technicals. So we're just basing off of structure. As you can see here, we have our last high low to the new high. We have a 78.6 retracement, right? So we're looking to go towards that. Let's see. We're on quarter point area of 36,250. All right. I remember for my fib mainly, it starts from, I said down here personally, but you can adjust it. So it's at a 50%. We can go a bit higher, basically to 36,500. So it's ranging around the same area, depending on where you have your fib, right? But yeah, we're looking to make that high. So, but we have the trend line opportunity. We brought back into the bullish structure, which is right here. As you can see here, we had a counter trend. So we had a mark off our counter trend. We had, as you can see, low highs, low lows. I'm saying, and we had that new high. So at this current point, we're waiting on a pullback. So as you can see, Nas is already ahead because Nas already did his thing so far. You know what I'm saying? So each pair has to be traded as its own. All right. So as you can see here, we had a little continuation right here, 23.6 momentum. So the momentum is so strong that it's just giving you this small ass pullback. So as you can see here, so we didn't have a push. So we go to the high again. We had another 23.6 here. So we can definitely continue pushing from, up to the high, whenever, price makes the level resistance and we retrace. So we have all up to here to retrace. You can also see the MA already crossed on the H4. So it can be a confluence around the 38.2. So we're just waiting on a PRC level to retrace before continuing up to that. Shit, I didn't mark it off, but that daily time frame high. Right, so that's for US30. So we're just waiting on that PRZ level to retrace to. It could be at the back of the trend line also, which is around a 61.8. Yeah, That's there. So we're just waiting on a pullback for that. Next, for gold, this is my main pair also, but kind of came off of her for a reason. So currently, if you check out my last YouTube, what I'm saying, we have a last high low on the daily time frame. We have a new high, right? So we're currently at, when I did tell you guys, we were retracing on the H4 to make that daily PRZ level, right? So again, we would have broken out of that bullish move. For me personally, we had that PRZ level, which was right here. And if we go down to the H4, we had our counter trend. I'm saying, so this was the counter trend there you had here, and this is our last low high, right? So we had our last low high, which is right here. Then we had our new high created, which is right here, to go back into that bullish structure, right? But I don't know, it was kind of iffy for me because right here, if you look at that daily time frame, you look at this as broken. If you put this random line right here, but if you clear that up on the time frame correlate, you can see that it's bearish bullish. As a bearish and bullish candle on the weekly time frame. So I'm just trying to see if it could definitely possibly just be a 100% retracement. Well, not 100% retracement, but like a steep retracement to 100%. As you can see, is at 100%, and it's continuing to push back up. But again, I don't know as yet at this current point because I can see the MA is kind of crossing like sideways, so it's like basically ranging at this current point. We did see the H4 MA did cross over basically. So based off of my analysis time frame, which is daily in the H4, it could be continuing to that high. But at this current point, if you look at the H4, I'm saying if we're supposed to validate a sell at this current point, we need to break a level of support before taking a sell. But I'm still looking for that bullish bias. That's me personally. So at this current point on H4, we have, we came out to the channel. So this is a counter trend also. As you can see, last low high. Boom, we had a new high right there. So a high below your fib. Boom, we had a 78.6, 61.8 retracement. Had a new high. Move this so you can see. So currently, we had a 20. So we had this last high low. This is a 23.6 continuation again. TP1 and TP2 hit. As you can see, it wicked the 38.2, but it made structure the 23.6. Right. So we still have all this area still to retrace to. Again, it could be anywhere around this area. It could be the 50%, and all this before pushing up by touching the MA also. I'm saying we have a little trend line opportunity that you can draw here also. As you can see, go down to the H1. Let me show you how it looks. So again, point A to point B, trend line opportunity here also. I'm saying, so that could be a possible touch that price can come back to also. You know what I'm saying? So again, still, that's what I said, is iffy for me for this pair. And it's the reason I'm just kind of just letting this do its thing. If it does retrace, then I can look for a trade. But at this current point, not really studying it too hard. So again, just looking for that main move, which is going to be US30. That's pretty much it. I wanted to do EURUSD and GU, but I'm going to do that in another video. Or should I do it in this one? Let me see if I can do it. Let me do it in this one real quick. Okay, so cool. It's going to be a long video. But so basically, two pairs, GU and EU, basically have the same structure, right? So the two pairs are in a monthly bearish move, right? We have our last low here, so we have our last low high up here, right? So we're looking for to make a new low on that monthly time frame, right? Cool. Now we at a 50%, we break the 61.8, but we found a level of resistance at the 50%. All right, cool. Now that we have that, we have, as you can see here, all this was tested. The bearish and bullish candles were tested. Now we have the MA acting as a confluence also, and also, actually I have the wrong MA. It's supposed to be a simple MA, but I have an EMA, but I can't find the other one. Anyways, so we have a back of the trend line trade also. We have a support, have a new low, right? So now we have, a lot of confluence around this area here at the 50%. We have a lot of exhaustion candles here. So now, in order for us to validate this on the monthly time frame, we obviously need to break structure on the daily and the H4, right? Because as you can see, the H4, the daily and the weekly, and the H4 were counter trending to make that, that monthly PRZ level, which is a price reversal zone, which is that's what you call it, PRZ, right? So now, in order for us to go bearish, we have to break structure on that daily time frame. So again, this is the last high low, this is your new high. So we're still in an uptrend at this current point, but we had 100% retracement. Now, in order for us to consider the market back bullish, we have to break out of the counter trend. And for us to make the market bullish, we have to break out of the counter trend on the H4. And for us to make the market bearish, we have to make a new low, right? First a new low, and then we have to counter trend, and then we're going to make that new low to validate that monthly time frame. So at this current point, we're going to base our structure off the H4. So basically what we're doing now is just marking off you know, kind of trying to see where price can definitely do at this point. So it's a very important area to kind of just wait. So now, as you can see here, our, you know, last low high, which would have been like right here, last low high, right? So boom, put it in black. So that's our last low high here. So two things can happen here. We have to create a PRZ level. So as you can see, this is 23.6. Now we have this, right? So if we do, again, as you can see, the 4 MA is crossing a little bit. So again, if we touch the back of the trend line, could be, we just have to wait on the high low to see if it validates to get that new high to start that daily time frame high. Because again, we're still in a bullish bias. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's at an important area. You just have to wait. And you look at this as broken, but again, we clear it up, bearish and bullish kind on the weekly. So it's tested. So you have the time frame correlate to see if there's actually a break or not. You know what I'm saying? And again, for us to take a bearish move, we need to sell. We make a new low first to validate that monthly time frame. So again, it's just a waiting game to see what is going to happen at this current point. Same thing for GU, same concept. You know what I'm saying? We are at, you know, monthly new low, right? We're at a 61.8, last low high to the new low, right? Depending on where you want to put your fib, doesn't really matter, right? Boom, that's a new low, 61.8. We close at a 61.8. We're at the back of the trend line, same concept, same concept. You know, so we're looking to make that new low, but in order for us to make that new low, we first have to break structure on the daily time frame and the H4. So the daily and the H4 is around the same area, as you can see, last high low, right? So we still have, you know, as I said, the weekly and the daily and the weekly was counter trending to make the monthly PRZ level. So we first have to basically, you know, do this, you know, 100% retracement. We have to break out to that counter trend before we make that bullish move. You know what I'm saying? So again, as you can see here, we had an area where we can actually sell the market because at the last low high. We first need to make that high again before we break out of that, you know, bullish move. So as you can see, EU made the high, but this one has not as yet. You know what I'm saying? So again, two same concept. You know what I'm saying? We need that new low first on the daily time frame before we make that you know, downtrend on that monthly time frame. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the pair. See if I can, I was gonna finish off with UJ, but yeah, that was a long video, so I'm gonna just leave it right there.